need you to survive the night.
Oh hey, The Purge 4 is out early. Actually, this movie is called Detroit, and it has the honor of marking the 1500th movie I've seen in my lifetime. This film takes place during the Detroit riots of 1967, and focuses on several black men and two white women who were chilling in the Algiers Motel, when one of the men began taunting the police outside with the sound of a starter pistol. The cops turn out to be horrifically racist as they barge in and interrogate all the people with abhorrently cruel force to find out who it was who fired what they believed to have been a sniper rifle. I was really looking forward to this movie because it's directed by Kathryn Bigelow, who did The Hurt Locker, which I liked but didn't think was quite worthy of Best Picture. And she directed Zero Dark 30, which is one of my favorite movies. Detroit certainly isn't as good as Zero Dark 30, but I will say this much about it: it is an unsettling experience. The centerpiece of the movie is the Algiers Motel incident itself, which is a good half of the movie, and based on claims made from eyewitness accounts, it gives a mostly accurate depiction of the incident. And the fact that the repulsive violence of the cops is based off of real testimony makes the experience all the more sickening, and more enraging once we learn that justice wasn't done in the end. The film is predictably impressive in most technical categories. Bigelow's direction, the sound, and the film editing all create a visceral and tension-filled ambience. The handheld cinematography works for the most part, though there are a few shots that include pointless zoom-ins, which can get slightly irritating, though they're not as aggressive and rampant as in The Hurt Locker. The film also has an outstanding cast, and I have to give the acting honors here to Will Poulter, one of the most underrated actors today. He ruled as Eustace Clarence Scrubb in The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. He went on to kill it in The Maze Runner and The Revenant, and his brilliantly heinous portrayal of the racist police chief in the motel could score him his first Oscar nomination. Algie Smith, Anthony Mackie, Jacob Lattimore, and Jason Mitchell are all excellent, and they each have moments where their characters really shine. One such instance is when the cops decide to let the people in the motel go, on the condition that they don't speak a word about the torment that they put them through, and they do so by having them look at one of the dead bodies and proclaiming, "I don't see anything there." But one of them refuses to say anything except, "That is a man that you killed," before they take his life too. John Boyega is also terrific as the security guard, who is the most interesting person in this tale. He's a black man who has garnered the respect of the Detroit Police Department, and he is a witness to the actions of the cops in the motel. He wants to help the victims out of this nightmare, but is lenient on doing so because he doesn't want to butcher the reputation among the police that he feels privileged to have. It's an interesting conflict within the character. Now, this movie seems to have everything needed to be one of the best films of the year, but unfortunately, I can't name it so, and the reason is because of one fatal flaw. It is a big missed opportunity. It puts the majority of the focus, with the exception of a rather rushed intro to the situation, on the incident at Algiers, and yet instead of being called Algiers Motel, the movie is titled Detroit, as if to say, what happened at that motel is the essence of the big picture. Police brutality did play a huge part in the big picture, and there is no justifying what those cops did. But you also have to consider that in partaking in these violent riots, the people on the other side were tossing aside the nonviolent ideals of Martin Luther King Jr. The riots didn't benefit black people at all. They were even killing each other, and the rioting brought detriment to their own economy. So if this movie had been able to address the reckless misdeeds of both sides, I feel like it could have helped benefit race relations in America today. But instead, the movie just plays it safe. Despite the one-sided approach to the subject, I am glad I saw the movie. It did get me open-minded to a dark point in American history, which is one of the things that I love most about cinema. Detroit is well crafted enough for me to give it a 69%. That's a wrap. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this review helpful. Like if you liked, subscribe for more. This is Pop Culture. I'm Alex Pop.